Assembly Member Turrell, you did indicate the floor is yours.
That was very unneighbourly, Chair. Good morning, Mr Mayor. But before I ask my question, I'm sure you'll want to join me in thanking the hundreds or so firefighters who are currently tackling a blaze on Penge High Street in my constituency. Thank them for their bravery and the speed at which they've got this fire under control. Now, speaking of Outer London and transporting Outer London, you've mentioned the lack of public transport in Outer London, which does lead to higher car dependency. And it's on that I once again draw back to this RAC list published in March this year that listed the top 10 car theft hotspots in the UK. Now, 8 of those were in London, 7 in Outer London. With this in mind, as a way to tackle increasing car theft, will you commit to giving the police access to the live feed from the ULEZ cameras so that they can use the ANPR facility to track where these stolen cars are being taken to have their place removed so we can start dismantling these criminal gang networks?
Yeah, Chair, thank you for the question. I'm sorry that I wasn't given an answer note, so I'm not aware of what the position is in relation to the Outer London cameras. My understanding from memory was the police have access to Central and Inner London. There was conversations about Outer London as well. I thought they'd been resolved, but can I take this away and come back to him in relation to this issue? The issue was the issue of data and stuff, which is a formality, I'm sure. But can I come back to him on that?
Thank you very much for that answer, Mr. Mayor. So another point on this is, and we know that these cars are being stolen to order by gangs, and that the money they make from this is therefore being used to fund crimes across London, and that therefore tackling this will help us to dismantle gangs across London. One of the things that's come to my attention is a big reason why it's so easy to get the cars abroad is a lack of checks on what goes in shipping containers and how easy it is to obtain a shipping container. Can I ask you to raise this with ministers?
I'm really grateful both for his comments about the fire brigade. Apologies, I didn't thank him for making those comments. And secondly, his comment. You know, I've recently been in a police operation where I was startled to understand the scale of mobile phones being exported using similar methods to what he said without breaching confidences. And I think with cars it should be easier because of the size, but also he will know some are breaking down for parts. But can I speak to the Commissioner about this? Because the Met Police work really closely with the NCA in relation to organised criminal groups, and I suspect these OCGs operate on this, and I'm sure the Commissioner can brief him about the work being undertaken, but also he makes a good point, working in partnership with companies, whether it's container companies or courier companies, we can do a lot of crime fighting, and the police are doing that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And my final ask for you on this thing is, will you commit to publishing a dedicated strategy to tackling vehicle theft in Outer London?
Chair, why don't I again ask the Commissioner to respond to the member in relation to all the things the police are doing, and if the member wants the police to go over and above what the police are doing, I'm happy to organise a conversation for him to have that with the police to discuss that.
London's growing car theft crisis paints a troubling picture, one that reaches far beyond the loss of vehicles. These crimes are fueling larger criminal networks, with profits funding operations across the capital. Outer London, in particular, has become a prime target, an area already struggling with limited public transport and heavy reliance on cars. What Assemblymember Turrell highlighted goes beyond local policing. It's about building stronger coordination between city authorities, the Met Police, the National Crime Agency, and even shipping and logistics companies. Because the reality is, every stolen car is often on its way to a port, hidden inside a container, stripped for parts, and sold overseas. Tackling that means cutting off the financial lifeline of organised crime in London. The Mayor's response, promising to consult the Commissioner and review data access through ULEZ cameras, offers a step in the right direction, but Londoners will be watching closely. They want concrete action, not promises that fade in committee rooms. As the capital faces increasing pressure from both crime and cost of living struggles, one question remains: when will City Hall deliver a clear, dedicated strategy to stop vehicle thefts and protect London's communities once and for all? If you found this analysis useful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, so you never miss our next political update.